showing and now showing later, is on GitHub under Codepoet, CODEPO8. And written in PHP most of the cases, some of them in HTML, JavaScript only. And you can fork them, you can do whatever you want with them because I want you to use them. So one last thing about YQL to show is the YQL social graph. Yahoo has this massive social graph, and there is a great thing called the Firehose, the social updates. So this one, now instead of looking for search terms, I can look for Jordan. This one goes through all the social updates we have on the Yahoo network, like comments, ratings, updates on Messenger, messages on other people's memory profile, also things we index, like Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Well, Facebook we're not in there yet because it's a licensing issue. But we have all the other partners that we're partnering with. You can get through one interface. So if you want to do a social media analysis or your social media research, this is a great resource to have because you have one XML feed of everything that Yahoo already accumulated for ourselves without having to go to Twitter, go to YouTube, go to Picasa. You have everything in one interface. And talking about interface, I built an interface on top of that actually allows you to do that simply, called where is it? I have it open already. The Yahoo Firehose research interface. And that one you can actually say which ones you want to have. So I want to have, for example, I want to have Yahoo, but I also want to have Vimeo. And I want to see if there's any videos of a cat. And if they're open source or what people have been talking about them. So this one now does under the hood, uses YQL again in that Firehose interface and actually gives me the information back. So if it actually, here is from Yahoo 360, from Yahoo Answers, from Yahoo UK, Ireland Answers, 360 plus in South America, many in South America, and so on and so forth. And when there is a photo, it actually gives me a photo preview. So this one now is Vimeo, and this is a Vimeo interface, preview of the Vimeo link, and you can click on it and go through Vimeo. So all of these systems are available for you to research on, and it also includes Twitter, and it also includes Google Reader and all kind of Google stuff. And that one is just a simple interface on top of the YQL table that I'm showing you here, which is called Social Update Search. So anything you do with social media right now, that's actually a good place to start because you don't have to do all the authentication, all these looking up for yourself. When you use databases, you don't read only from them, you also write to them, you update and delete from them. So that's all possible in YQL as well. So you can, for example, a demo of that would be WordPress. So in WordPress, I can actually do a post where I say insert into a WordPress post, title, description, blog URL, username and password, and I could blog from YQL right now, but I'm not going to show you the password of my blog. Sorry. But as you can see, there is all kind of insert, update, and delete. You also have stored procedures in databases. And what stored procedures, the equivalent in YQL, are actually executing tables. And what they are is, you write JavaScript inside that XML that I showed. And that JavaScript gets run on the server for you. So one of the things, for example, was I wanted to know the difference between two places on Earth. So I think the demo is listed on the YQL table. Yeah, there you go. I want you to know the distance between two places on Earth. And say, for example, you want to have the difference between Jordan and London. And then you click to get the distance, and one of the locations couldn't be found. Interesting. Oh great, there's an arrow in there as well. But we can do it in the console. So you go through geo distance. Place choose Paris. And then the distance between the two is 213 miles or 334 kilometers. So let's see if Jordan was the problem. Actually not, so the distance now is 3,506 kilometers between the two of them. Now, how do I do this? In the YQL table here, I have a JavaScript embedded that just does two queries inside YQL itself. And then I found this wonderful, clever function that somebody who knows about this kind of stuff has written to find the distance between two places on Earth, put them in there, send a response object back, which is XML inside JavaScript, and that's all I had to do. So if you have functionality that you want to turn into a web service, all you have to do is write an executive table, and you go for that. And this is how YQL does stored procedures like any other database would. And this is YQL. So, do we have any questions about this before we move on? Just shout it out.